Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. I'm your host Rage's Band and we're here again for another episode of our super trending series, the red flag alphabets. And for today's video, the letter we're going to talk about is the letter J. Yes, as in J. J. For oh my goodness Lord, what is this again? You know those moments when you just hold your head and ask yourself why you got into such a situation. Today, we're going to talk about the common J red flags we see in relationships, in life, at work, everywhere. From partners who always seem to be joking around even during serious conversations, to situations where you just think, oh my goodness, why is it like this? I'm sure many of you can relate to this, the kind where, as you're watching, you'll say, hey wait, I think I know someone like this, or, OMG, this happened to me. So join me, and let's check if you've encountered any of these J red flags. Let's go. First up on our list, we have the joker. You know, the type of person who turns everything into a joke. It's cool to have a sense of humor, right? It's fun to be around someone who always makes you laugh. But when it's time for a serious talk, like when you need to discuss your future or fix a problem you're having, and then they suddenly crack a joke like, what's for dinner later? Oh boy, friendship, that's a red flag. It's like they're saying they can't take seriously the things that are important to you and your relationship. It's a form of emotional avoidance, folks. Instead of facing the problem, they'll cover it up with laughter and jokes. Annoying, isn't it? Because it feels like your feelings are being dismissed. You're basically talking to a wall. It's like, hello, Earth to my significant other. Can we please be serious for 5 minutes? If it's always like this, you'll just get tired. Because how can you grow as a couple if one person's mind is always at a comedy club? Remember, a relationship isn't always like a sitcom, and what's even worse, sometimes they use their joker persona to get away with their mistakes. When you confront them, they'll suddenly make a joke to diffuse the tension. It might work at first, but if it keeps happening, that's a sign they're not mature enough to take accountability. So if your partner is more likely to deliver a punchline than say, I am sorry, or let's talk about this, well, you might need to think about whether you want a partner or a personal stand-up comedian. Good grief. Oh, here we go, the classic of all classic red flags, letter J for jealousy. That over-the-top jealousy, the kind where even the vendor at the corner store you smiled at becomes a reason for them to be jealous. You know what I mean? Every like on Facebook, every comment on Instagram. It's a huge deal. Who's this? Why did you like their picture? Is there something going on between you two? My goodness, it's like an FBI-level investigation into your every social media activity. It's exhausting, right? Trust, which is the foundation of a relationship, slowly gets destroyed. Healthy jealousy, just a little bit, that's okay. Sometimes, it can even be cute, like, aw, they're protective of me. But when that jealousy starts causing fights, making things too strict, and doubting your every move, that's a red flag. They're becoming possessive. That's not love anymore, that's control. The kind where you have to send your location 24/7, you're not allowed to have friends of the opposite sex, and you have to report who you're with. It's like you're in a prison, not a relationship. And the ending? Instead of being happy together, you're just full of stress and drama. The energy you should be using to grow your love is wasted on explaining and defending yourself from baseless accusations. Remember, true love trusts. It's not like they're always carrying a magnifying glass and looking for your mistakes. If your partner is more paranoid than you when a deadline is approaching, it's a major J red flag. Okay, this is one of the most annoying red flags, when your partner is physically with you, but their mind and heart are still stuck in the past. Oh my goodness, they and their ex are the ones who can't move on. Like, you're the one they're with, but all they talk about is, because my ex did this, or, when my ex and I were together, it was like that. Hello? I'm right here, present, I'm not a ghost. It's so disrespectful, right? It's like they're just using you as a rebound or a placeholder. You deserve better than being a shadow of the past, and what's even worse is when they compare you to their ex. My ex cooks better. My ex likes this kind of movie more. Oh no, if I heard that I might just say, then go back to them. What are you still doing here? It's a huge sign of disrespect. You're not given a chance to be yourself in the relationship because there's always a standard you're trying to meet, and that's their ex. How can you be happy if you're always in a competition you didn't even know about, and you've already lost from the very beginning? And never ever believe the line, "We're just friends." If just friends means they're talking late at night, they're still the first person they call when there's a problem, and they're more updated on their ex's life than yours. That's a red flag. You shouldn't settle for someone who only gives you half of themselves. If they haven't finished the previous chapter of their life, don't include them in your new chapter. Period. Goodness, move on already when you have the chance. Oh, this one is serious, folks. Letter J for jail booth. This is the type of person who seems to have a season pass to trouble, always involved in fights, scandals, or illegal activities. You know, the kind where you're always nervous when they go out because you never know what kind of trouble they'll get into next. It's like their body has a magnet for problems. One case isn't even over yet, and there's already a new issue. Goodness, their life is like a TV drama. This isn't the cute bad boy image we see in movies, okay? This is real life. Being in a relationship with someone who's always on the edge is super stressful and dangerous. You'll get dragged into it, one way or another. Your peace of mind will be shattered. How can you sleep soundly if you're always wondering where they are, if they're okay, or if the police are about to knock on your door? It's a life of constant anxiety. If someone is repeatedly getting into trouble, it's a reflection of their choices, their character, and the company they keep. It's not just bad luck, it's a pattern of behavior. And if you love yourself and your peace, you have to stay away from that. It's not your responsibility to save them every time. You're not a superhero. Remember, you can't build a peaceful life with a person who is constantly at war with the world. This is kind of connected to jail booth, but with a slight difference. This is jail because they're useless. It's not that they're actively looking for trouble, but because of extreme carelessness and irresponsibility, they still end up in trouble. Like they don't pay their debts, so they get sued. They don't take care of their papers, so they have problems with the law. Basically, these are problems that could have been avoided if they were just responsible. Useless, in short. Sorry for the term, but that's really what it is. This is annoying because the solution seems so easy, but they don't want to do it. Like, just pay your traffic ticket, but they won't do it until they get a warrant. Fix your business permit, but they'll just let it go until their business gets shut down. It's a pattern of irresponsibility. And who will pick up the pieces of their problems? Often, it's you, their partner. You're the one who will fix things. You're the one who will pay. You're the one who will worry. This kind of irresponsibility shows a lack of foresight and respect, not just for the law, but for you. Because the stress that should only be theirs becomes stress for both of you. It shows that they can't handle adult responsibilities, and if they can't even fix simple things, how will they handle bigger responsibilities in life, like starting a family? If your partner always has a that'll-do attitude about important things, oh boy, your relationship might also end up being something that can just be thrown away. Let's go back to jealousy, but this time, from a different angle. Did you know that sometimes, extreme jealousy is actually what causes adultery or cheating? Sounds ironic, right? But it's true. This is the J flag that means jealousy causes a lot of adultery. Your partner, because they're so jealous, accuses you of everything even when you haven't done anything. You're seeing someone else, aren't you? You're flirting, aren't you? Over and over, every single day, even though you're super loyal. Because of the constant accusations, you'll get tired. You'll think, what is this? No matter what I do to prove I'm loyal, they still don't believe me. Since they're already accusing me, I might as well just do it. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You've pushed that person to the edge. Because of your extreme strictness and doubt, it's like you're suffocating them. And when someone is suffocated, they'll find a way to breathe. Sometimes that breath is found with someone else. I'm not saying this is a justification for cheating, okay? Cheating is always a choice and it's always wrong. But my point is, extreme jealousy and lack of trust can create a toxic environment where the relationship is already broken, even before the cheating happens. It poisons everything. So if you're the jealous type, be careful. The very thing you're afraid of happening, you might be the one to make it come true. Trust is the air a relationship breathes. Don't suffocate it with jealousy. Oh, this one really stings. Letter J for just being illegitimate. Your relationship is like a ghost. You know it's there, but it can't be seen by everyone. It's not official. You can't post about it. You can't introduce them to family and friends. Why? Because there's a catch. Either they have another girlfriend or boyfriend, or even worse, they're married. You're the snake, the other person, the other woman, or the other man. You are in an illegitimate relationship. And that's one of the most painful and dangerous J flags. The excuse is always, we're going to break up soon. I'm not happy with them anymore. You're the one I truly love, just wait for me. How many years have you been hearing that? How many Christmases, New Year's, and Valentine's Days have you spent alone because they were with the official one? How long will you be a secret? How long will you allow yourself to be just an option? This is a major red flag, because, from the start, it's built on lies and deceit. There's no future there. You deserve to be someone's one and only. You deserve to be shouted out to the world, not hidden in the shadows. If you're in this situation, please, love yourself enough to walk away. It will hurt, yes, but it hurts more to stay in a relationship where you're always second place, always hidden, and always at a disadvantage. You are not illegitimate. You are a whole person, deserving of a whole, honest, and legitimate love. Don't settle for anything less than that. Next up on our list is, just ignorant like a child. This is that partner who's physically an adult. They might have a mustache and they're totally hooked on K-dramas. But their maturity level? Kindergarten. Like, when there's a problem, instead of talking it out with you, they'll throw a tantrum. They'll stomp around, they'll ignore you for days. Or maybe their life decisions are made without any thought for the consequences. This is a major red flag, because how can you have an adult relationship if one of you is still acting like a child? Immaturity isn't cute, especially when you're in a serious relationship. Their lack of awareness about other people's feelings, their self-centeredness, that gets exhausting. It's like you have to spell everything out for them. Babe, if you do that, I'll get hurt. Babe, if you don't pay that, we'll have problems. You end up sounding like a mom explaining things to a 5-year-old. That's not a partnership. That's parenting. And the tough part is, they don't know how to handle conflict. All they know is either to explode in anger or go silent and give you the cold shoulder. No healthy communication. How can you solve problems like that? So if your partner still needs a bib and a high chair at the emotional table of your relationship, maybe they're not ready. You need a partner, not another child to raise. Remember, love is for grown-ups. Okay, so this one is the total opposite of the overthinker. Letter J is for just premature. This is the person who's always in a hurry, always making sudden decisions. The words plan or think it through aren't in their vocabulary. Whatever pops into their head, that's it, they go for it right away. Sometimes, this can be exciting, spontaneous, right? But when their premature decisions start having big consequences, that's a red flag. For example, you've only been together for 2 weeks, and it's already, I love you. Only 1 month, and it's, let's get married. Or maybe, they suddenly quit their job without a backup plan just because they got annoyed with their boss. Or they buy something expensive they can't really afford, and then they're stuck worrying about the payments. This impulsiveness shows a lack of self-control and foresight. It's like the part of their brain for thinking about the future is always turned off. Life can't always be, whatever happens, happens. You need a plan, especially if you're building a life with someone else. Being premature in decisions can lead to financial instability, emotional turmoil, and constant stress. The excitement that their spontaneity brings at first will be replaced by anxiety. If your partner is always jumping off a cliff without checking how deep it is, be careful. Next thing you know, they might take you with them when they jump. Closely related to just premature is this red flag, just rush, not patience. If the first one is about rushing decisions, this one is about rushing everything. No patience at all. The type who wants things to happen immediately once they say it. Doesn't like to wait. Gets annoyed in lines. Gets annoyed in traffic. And the worst part, gets annoyed with the process of a relationship. They want everything instant. Like 2-minute noodles. In a relationship, patience is super important. Some things just can't be rushed. Getting to know each other, building trust, healing from past hurts, all of that takes time. If your partner has no patience, they'll get frustrated. Why aren't we like this yet? Why is our progress so slow? This impatience creates unnecessary pressure. It's like your relationship has a timer on it. And what's worse, when you have problems, they want them fixed right away. They don't want to go through the tough process of talking things out and understanding each other. If it's not fixed in one go, they'll give up. This is too hard, I don't want this anymore. This lack of patience is a sign of immaturity. It shows that they only want the good parts of a relationship, but are unwilling to work through the bad. Remember, a strong relationship is like good wine. It takes time to mature. It's not instant coffee. Ugh, this one is just draining. Letter J for judgment. That partner who's super judgmental, not just with other people but with you too. Every tiny mistake you make, it's a huge deal to them. You forgot to reply right away? You don't care about me. You messed up what you said. You're so dumb. It's a constant barrage of criticism and judgment. It's like you're always taking a test with them, and you always fail. It totally kills your self-confidence. What's even worse about a judgmental person is how easy it is for them to just give up. One small mistake, one disagreement, and what you'll get immediately is, "I'm done, let's just end this." It's like it's so easy for them to just throw everything away. No second chances. No, let's talk about it. Their verdict is immediately guilty, and the sentence is, "We're breaking up." This is a huge red flag because it shows they are not invested in the relationship enough to fight for it. This behavior often stems from their own insecurities or a need for control. By constantly judging you and threatening to leave, they keep you on your toes, always trying to please them, always afraid of making a mistake. It's a form of emotional manipulation. That's not love. A real partner will understand you, help you improve, and won't just easily give up on you, not like a judge in a contest who always has a scorecard for you. Ah, here comes judgment's cousin, jump to conclusions. This is the partner who lives in their own world with their own script and their own ending already planned out. Before you can even open your mouth, they've already reached a conclusion, and often their conclusion is the worst-case scenario. You didn't answer their call? You must be with someone else. You came home a little late. You went on a date with your ex. Good heavens, it's like they're writing a horror novel. It's so hard to talk to someone who always assumes the worst, because no matter what you say, they won't listen. Their mind is already made up. Jump to conclusions. What are we? Is it really over? A small issue that could have just been talked about, they've blown it up and turned it into the end of the world and your relationship. It's exhausting to always defend yourself from things you didn't even do. It's like you're in court again, and they're the judge, jury, and executioner. This behavior reveals a deep-seated insecurity and lack of trust. Instead of communicating and asking questions, they prefer to create stories in their head. It's a toxic cycle that will drain you emotionally. How can you have healthy communication if one of you refuses to listen and prefers to believe their own imagination? If your partner is faster than 5G at jumping to conclusions, that's a red flag. Your relationship might end prematurely because of their mistaken beliefs. Ah, the dreaded friend zone, but with a twist. This is the J flag, girlfriend, boyfriend, but only as friends. Get it? The way they treat you, it's like you're a couple. You're always texting, going on dates, even holding hands when you watch movies. There are "I miss yous" and "be carefuls." But when you ask, what are we? Really? The answer is, we're just friends. Ouch! That's a headache. It's like you're a rented girlfriend or boyfriend. This is a classic case of someone wanting the benefits of a relationship without the commitment and responsibility. They want the affection, the attention, someone to be with, but they don't want the label. They don't want the commitment. Basically, they're just using you for convenience. It's selfish and unfair. Because you're hoping, you're investing feelings, time, and effort into something that has no certainty. And don't believe the line, "I'm not ready for a relationship right now." But then, they act like you're already a couple. If they're not ready, they shouldn't be acting like they are. It's emotional manipulation. They are keeping you on the hook, dangling the possibility of a relationship so you don't leave. If you've experienced this, please, have some self-respect. Don't agree to be an almost or a sort of. You deserve a real, defined, and committed relationship, not a friends with benefits setup where one person thinks they're in a relationship and the other doesn't. This is like the sequel to Dating But Only Friends. It's dating but no label. Here the actions are 100% like you're a couple. There are "I love yous." You might have even met their friends. But when you ask for a label like, "What are we boyfriend girlfriend now?" The answer is, Let's not put a label on it. What's important is what we have right now. Oh no, that's a classic line from people who don't want to commit. This no-label relationship is a huge red flag, because it's a breeding ground for confusion, insecurity, and heartache. If there's no label, there are no rules. If there are no rules, there are no boundaries. They can date other people, and you have no right to get mad, because we're not really anything, right? See? It's a loophole. It's a get-out-of-jail-free card for them to do whatever they want, without being held accountable. So clever, right? But so unfair to you. Asking for a label isn't being demanding. It's asking for clarity and security. It's wanting to know where you stand. If someone truly loves you and is serious about you, they will be proud to call you their boyfriend or girlfriend. They won't be ashamed or hide your relationship under the no-label excuse. If they don't want to put a label on it, maybe the label they want to put on you is, for temporary use only. Don't agree to that. Some relationships start with the talk, let's just have fun. No commitment, no strings attached. Okay, for some people, this works, but often, it falls under the J flag, just fun but risky. This kind of fun comes with a big risk, a risk to your emotions, your health, and sometimes, your safety. Especially if the person you're having fun with has a questionable character. The risk to your emotions, that's the most common one. You think at first, you can avoid catching feelings. It's just fun. But as time goes on, one of you, and often, it's you, will develop feelings. And when that happens, and the other person is still just looking for fun, that's where the pain begins. You want something serious. They still want to play. It's a recipe for disaster and heartbreak. Aside from emotional risks, there are physical risks too. Are you both being safe? Are you both being honest about your health status? And the risk to your safety, do you really know this person? The fun you're looking for might turn into fear. So, before you enter a just-for-fun setup, please, 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 think 1,000 times. Is the temporary fun worth the potential long-term pain and risk? Most of the time, no. Protect your heart and your well-being. This is another version of jumping to conclusions, but way more specific. This is when you two fight or there's a problem, their automatic conclusion is, it's their fault because they're seeing someone else. Cheating is always the first suspect, the go-to explanation for everything. You didn't reply? They're cheating. You're tired from work. You're tired because you were with someone else. Goodness, does everything have to be about someone else? This is a toxic mindset that dodges all responsibility. Instead of looking at what went wrong in the situation, or what their own shortcomings were, it's easier for them to blame everything on an imaginary third party. It's their way of playing the victim. They're cheating on me. That's why things are like this. It stops any real solution to the problem, because the real issue is never looked at. All they point to is the ghost of cheating. This constant blaming is also a type of gaslighting. They'll make you feel like it's your fault, that you're the bad guy, even when you haven't done anything wrong. Over time, you might even start to believe them. It will mess with your head and how you see the relationship. If your partner is always blaming some other person without any proof, maybe the real problem is their own insecurities and not being able to deal with the actual issues. This one, super common and super dangerous. Letter J for justified disrespect. This is when your partner does something bad or rude to you. They yell at you, cuss at you, embarrass you, and then they'll say, "Sorry, I'm just tired from work," or "I'm just stressed," or "This is just how I am when I'm angry." They are justifying their disrespectful behavior. They're making an excuse to make their wrong actions seem okay. Don't ever, ever believe that. There's no good excuse for disrespect. Tired, stressed, angry. We all feel that way sometimes. But that's not a free pass to treat other people badly, especially someone you love. If you let that slide and accept their justification, you're teaching them that it's okay to treat you that way. They'll do it again and again, because they know you'll forgive them if they just use an excuse. A person who truly loves and respects you will feel bad after disrespecting you. They will say sorry, honestly, without excuses. They'll say, "Sorry, what I did was wrong. I shouldn't have treated you that way no matter how I was feeling." Not, "Sorry, but," because that "but" is the red flag. It cancels out the apology. It means they're not really sorry for what they did, but just sorry they got caught. Don't ever let anyone justify disrespecting you. This one's kinda similar to the last few, but with a juvenile twist. This is that childish mindset where when there's a problem, the immediate thought is, oh, let's not even bother fixing it, just let it go. They probably have someone else, that's why they're acting like this. Instead of thinking about solutions, instead of starting a conversation, their first reaction is to give up and blame. It's a mix of being childish, jumping to conclusions, and being a defeatist. This is a huge red flag, because it shows a complete lack of problem-solving skills and emotional maturity. Relationships aren't always smooth sailing, you know? There will always be problems. And what you need during those times are two people who are willing to work together to fix them. Not one person who, at the first little wave, jumps ship and says, "You guys are on your own, that boat has a hole in it anyway." This "don't fix it" attitude is a sign of laziness and cowardice. They don't want to go through the effort of fixing things, and to make it easier for them to leave, they'll make up a story in their head, they have someone else, to justify giving up. So, they're not just immature, they're manipulative too. If your partner, when you have an issue, immediately says give up instead of let's work on this, maybe they're not ready for a real relationship yet. This is the confusing and frustrating J flag, jeopardize. This is when your partner seems to want you, but at the same time, they don't. Their actions say they still want you, they're still there, still making their presence felt, but their decisions, their actions, are already putting your relationship at risk or jeopardizing it. It's like they're sabotaging their own feelings and everything you've built together. For example, they'll say they love you, but at the same time, they're always flirting with others online. Or maybe they'll say they want the relationship to work, but they're the one starting fights over small things. It's a constant push and pull, hot and cold. They want you, but they don't want to do what's necessary to keep you. It's like they want to eat cake but don't want to gain weight. That's not how it works. This behavior is incredibly selfish. He wants to keep you around as a safety net, as an option, while he's still looking to see if there's someone better. He jeopardizes what you have because he's not 100% sure, or he's too cowardly to make a firm decision. You shouldn't agree to this kind of setup. You are not a maybe or a what if. You deserve someone who is sure about you. Someone who will protect the relationship, not jeopardize it. If your partner says they want you but their actions are sabotaging you, don't be surprised if one day, everything just falls apart. And for our grand finale of J flags, the combined power of them all. Justify bad behaviors. This is the general term for making excuses for any bad habit, over and over again. Not just a one-time disrespect, this is a pattern of lying, a pattern of being irresponsible, a pattern of yelling, a pattern of cheating, and every single time there's always a justification, always a because. I lied because I didn't want you to worry. I didn't come home because my friends needed me. I yelled because I was so stressed. I chatted with someone else because you weren't giving me enough time. Do you see the pattern? There's always a reason that shifts the blame, either to the situation, or even worse, to you. They never take full accountability for their actions. For them, their bad behavior is always the result of something external, not their own decision. This is the most dangerous red flag of all, because it enables a cycle of abuse and toxicity. If you keep accepting their justifications, they'll keep doing their bad habits. They won't change, because why would they? You always let them off the hook. Remember this, my fellow netizens, actions define a person, not their excuses. If their actions are repeatedly bad, that's who they truly are. Don't let their sweet justifications blind you. And there you have it, my fellow netizens. That was our red flag alphabets, the J Chronicles. Oh my gosh, there are so many, right? From the jokers to jealousy, all the way to those who justify their bad behaviors. It's crazy. I'm sure while you were watching, some things flashed back in your minds. Oh my ex. Oh my almost relationship. Or maybe, oh no, I'm doing this, which is good. The important thing is the awareness. Now, I want to hear from you. Comment below which J red flag really stuck with you or which one you've experienced yourself. Let's share our stories. Who knows, we might help others. Always remember that these red flags are warning signs. They're not for us to be judgmental, but to be more observant and protect our hearts and peace of mind. We all deserve a healthy and happy relationship, one that isn't full of "oh my goodness, what is it now" moments. So, keep your eyes open and trust your gut. If you feel something is wrong, chances are, something really is wrong. Let's not ignore those signs. And of course, if you like this video and want more red flag alphabets, we're moving to the next letter. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends who need to hear this, and of course subscribe to our channel, Rage's Band, for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, my fellow netizens. Until the next letter, stay safe.